On November 15, 2018, the world mourned the tragic passing of actress, model, and mother of four, Kim Porter. Kim had been sick with flu-like symptoms before her death, even trying to keep her children from contracting whatever flu she thought she had. Paramedics arrived at Kim's home in Toluca Lake after calls received saying she was unresponsive. She was declared dead soon after they arrived. Diddy said when speaking of that time, 3 days before she passed, she wasn't feeling well. She had the flu and she sent the kids over to my house so they wouldn't get sick. One night I was checking on her and she was like, "Puffy, take care of my babies." She actually said that to me before she died. After learning of her death, Diddy said he went to great effort to ensure his children did not hear the news via social media or on TV. He also said he felt as though previous conversations with Kim had been intended to prepare him for single parenthood in case she was no longer around. It was like some superhero shit. I ain't even gonna lie. On some level, I knew she was training me for this. I knew that I had to be ready to do whatever I was supposed to do if something like this ever happened. There was screaming and crying when I heard the news, of course, but I had to ask myself, what would Kim do? I was scared and I was crying out to God and to her, and almost immediately Kim's voice kicked in, and I could hear her saying, "Make sure you take care of my babies." It's because of Kim we're doing this well. Because of the way she loved us, we wouldn't be able to love any other way. Her spirit wouldn't let us. Diddy held a memorial for Kim on November 18th at his home in Bel Air. Among the 100 guests present were Kim Kardashian, Mary J. Blige, French Montana, and Kourtney Kardashian. Kim was then buried in her hometown of Columbus, Georgia on November 24th. During the elaborate public funeral held at Cascade Hills Church, Diddy arranged for Kim's casket to travel in a carriage pulled by horses, and Pastor T.D. Jakes officiated the service.
Yeah. Yep. Give me about 1 minute. Let the people finish getting there, then we can move out. Okay. All right.
say hello. Everybody looks so beautiful. And I was dressing up my mom. My mom's everything to me, as she was to a lot of people. You know, she didn't really have to do much. You know, but as a big brother, I have an even bigger role now. You know, but the biggest challenge is the strongest people. That we want the family is part of the strongest family I ever seen. So just thank you for everything and the love she poured out. There's no words for it. I love you, Mommy. I love you, Mom. Jesse, loud. Thank you again, obviously, but you know, my mom was a very, very deep person. And anybody who knows me, you know me as a little different, you know, which is, you know, just a male version of her. And, that's all I am. If you ever question or wonder, you know, who Quincy is, I'm Kim Porter. When I first saw Kim, I didn't meet her yet. I was in this session, but I'll be sure. And I just wanted, he was one of my favorite producers. And I was working in Uptown, and I just wanted to like sit in the room and learn from him. He was at the mixing board, and behind him there was this beautiful woman, and she had this little baby in her arms, Quincy. I don't even know if I told you this, Quincy. And I mean, that's how I'll be sure. Right, so I was just looking like, God, I hope one day I can get a girl like that. I wasn't trying to holler at this girl, but thinking like that. And I was just like, man, the way she taking care of that baby, the way she just sitting in the studio and she all calm and patient, and we be in the studio for like 5 days straight. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, wow. And then, you know, as time went on, I worked with being an intern, and then I would go to Uptown Records. That's where we all work. We get Uptown a lot for everybody that doesn't know. That's the record company that kind of gave birth to us musically. And, you know, I never dated a girl from the South. I dated a girl in the office every day, and she worked at the front desk. And I would be so excited to come in the elevator to know that I was going to see her. And when I would get off the elevator, I was from New York, so we ain't back then. I mean, more. We may smile a little bit more now, but back then, we didn't really smile a lot. You know, we had, you know, very tough exteriors. And then, it was like maybe, 2 weeks, we just moved into a new office. She was a receptionist, sat up there. Like 2 weeks into it, she was like, boy, I can't make you smile, I can't never make you smile. And then I smiled. And then, you know, we got to know each other, spend some time with each other. And then, like, anybody knows Kim, she just like a person that you vibe with, you know? Like, I can't put our relationship into a certain box. Like, she always told me, like, you know, like seriously, like God, she felt like God sent me here, sent her here to help me out. I'd be like, girl, what you talking about?
I don't know her personally, but from this right here, says that she was a wonderful person. Yeah.
Kim Porter was born as Kimberly Porter on December 16, 1971 in Columbus, Georgia, to father Jake Porter and mother Sarah L. Porter. Kim's childhood was happy, although her mother, Sarah L. Porter, raised her as a single parent after her parents separated. Kim's mother, Sarah, was a music lover, and from an early age, instilled in her daughter the love for music. Kim went to Columbus High School and graduated in 1988. She liked the atmosphere of creativity, but the glamorous modeling industry, filled with wearing glamorous clothes, makeup, photo shoots, constant trips, attracted her very much, which led Kim to leave Columbus and move to Atlanta to pursue her dreams of becoming a model and actress. At 16, Kim secured a modeling contract at Elite Model Management. She proved herself to be both conscientious and vivacious in her approach, accomplishing a superior modeling career, working on major campaigns for Tommy Hilfiger and Pantene, as well as gracing the pages of Glamour, Essence, Cosmopolitan, and Elle, just to name a few. Her acting career also blossomed at a young age, getting her start by working on The Cosby Show. She was a member of the band Girl Six and then founded her own group called Three Brown Girls. Now, in the direct aftermath of her passing, family, friends, and fans were left in shock, not knowing how a healthy woman could have just suddenly died at 47 years old. And in July of 2020, R&B singer Al B. Sure, who is the father of Kim's eldest son Quincy, proposed the possibility of Kim's death being the result of foul play and not due to the complications of illness. The LA County Coroner of Medical Examination determined that Kim passed from lobar pneumonia and her death was certified as being due to natural causes. But Al has never accepted this as Kim's cause of death. Taking to social media, he uploaded a photo of the two of them, captioning the post. "She sent me this saying, 'Life imitating art, art imitating life. Now it all makes sense.'" He added the hashtag star, and tagged @Fox, further writing, "She told me other stuff too. She was running track star emoji. I said, call the FBI." Now, Al was insinuating in this post initially that Kim was running from someone or something, but later he changed the running part to say that she was running a marathon. He then removed any mention of the FBI from the post before eventually removing the post altogether. He then called for a reinvestigation of Kim's death, which wouldn't be the first time he has suggested to do so. Now, Kim passed away suddenly in her home, and according to the coroner, she had no known medical history other than recent flu-like symptoms. So when posting this post, Al had been publicly casting doubt on the cause and manner of Kim's death, and another post as well, claiming in a since deleted video that she was murdered. Just found this footage from the morning I learned of Lady KP's murder and how it ripped the soul from my physical body. Now notice how he said murder and not death. I was on my way to film the pre-show packages for the Soul Train Awards with Tisha Campbell Martin and Tashina Arnold when I received a call from PR icon Queenie Donaldson asking me if I was okay and did I hear the news. I had no clue, but I do know very clearly that Kimberly didn't just check out all of a sudden over pneumonia. That's some bullshit, really? This is where I get in trouble. We just celebrated our son Quincy's new deal and Christmas special with Netflix, and she was in fantastic health as well, laughing seeing me and Diddy's mutual exchange at the theater. I'm gonna leave it here. Now, after Al posted this, people started wondering if he was pointing to Diddy being responsible for Kim's death. Al then went on Fox Soul and dropped another bombshell, claiming that he and Kim had been married, saying, "I posted something the other day talking about my ex-wife. Yeah, I said it, my ex-wife Kimberly. Nobody knew because we didn't discuss being married. We didn't discuss that. I was just giving her, every so often, I give her a tribute." He further dished on their early years together. "I moved Kimberly from Columbus, Georgia to New York. That's when we started searching for her modeling career and things of that nature." He went on telling the Fox Soul panel that he was on the way to rehearse for the Soul Train Awards, so he was filming himself when he received the call that Kim had died. Following his post, many outlets reposted the video. I hate to see the blogs and all that who take. I don't answer to nobody. I'm an OG. I'm almost 52 years old. I'm a grandfather. Do you know who the only person is that I answer to? My grandson. So whatever the case is, I just want the truth to be told. And then after saying that, he briefly broke into tears. Now, after Al's speculations, Diddy posted to his Instagram writing, "Cherish what you have. Love on them, kiss on them, hug on them, spoil them, listen to them, because tomorrow is not promised. A message from love. Have a beautiful Sunday, people." Now, Kim Porter and Al B. Shore met in 1989 in Atlanta, where young Kim came to conquer the fashion world. Their relationship developed rapidly, and in 1991, Kim gave birth to a son who was named Quincy Taylor Brown, after his godfather, who is entertainment icon Quincy Jones. Now, Al and Kim did not stay together for long, and they soon separated, with Kim then dating Sean Puffy Combs. Now, Puffy accepted Kim's son Quincy and ended up raising him as his own. Kim and Puffy then welcomed their first child together in 1998, a son named Christian Casey. But Kim and Puffy then broke up in 1999 and battled in court over child support for Christian, with Puffy going on to date Jennifer Lopez for 2 years. Then he and Kim reconciled in 2003, and then in December of 2006, they welcomed twin daughters Delilah Starr and Jessie James. But it seemed that marriage wasn't in the cards for Kim and Puffy. Now, in an interview for Essence's December 2006 issue, Diddy shared that he had no plans to marry Kim, saying, "I know she deserves to get married, but I'm just not ready. It's not a reflection on how much I love Kim. It's that I'm just learning how to be a good boyfriend. When I'm finished with this step, I'll move on to the next." But the pair did not make it to the marriage step because they split for good in 2007. In ending this relationship, I made a decision that was in the best interest of myself, Sean, and our family. I look forward to moving on with my life and my career, and wish him prosperity, health, and happiness in life and in love. We will remain friends and committed parents to our children. Kim said this in a statement at that time. That same year, Kim opened up about their breakup with Essence magazine, explaining why she chose to wait for Diddy to leave town before packing up all of her things, including the kitchen table. "I wanted to be dramatic. I wanted him to know I wasn't breaking up with him for 2 weeks, or maybe leaving for 2 days. If I pack up everything, the twins and all, it means I'm out. Sean's an action person, not a talk person, so I have to have an action. Telling him, babe, I'm leaving, wasn't gonna do it." Now, in that same Essence interview, Kim also shared that their relationship turned sour when she was still pregnant with the twins, and a girlfriend of hers told her that Puffy had recently fathered a baby with another woman. It's not an original script. He's not the first man who's cheated. He's not the first man who had a baby outside of his relationship. He's not the originator of this. But at this point in my life, I have girls now. It's a different program. Now, ultimately, Puffy did approach Kim with the news, but she said it was after their twins were born. "He told me that he may have gotten himself into a situation and he may have fathered another child outside the relationship. And I said, really? Well, I already knew. I'm glad you decided to be a man." I was like, dude, this is so whack. I can't even respect you right now. And for me, once the respect is gone, I'm not even listening to you. In July 2006, Puffy welcomed his daughter Chance with Sarah Chapman, and Kim's twin daughters, Delilah and Jessie, arrived that December. So this means that when Kim had her twin girls in December, and Puffy then told her about possibly fathering a child, he already knew that there was a baby and that the baby was a girl because Sarah Chapman had already given birth in July of that year. He knew the paternity, so there was no may have gotten himself into a situation as Kim tried to suggest. He knew and she knew. This is just a prime example of the type of relationship that Kim and Puffy had. She knew things about him, knew he was cheating, knew there were other children, but did nothing. Now, a quick tea break. This is the same Sarah Chapman that used to date Tupac back in the 90s. Here the pair are away in Hawaii in November of 95. Now what do you think about that? But despite all of the drama, Kim and Puffy were able to remain close and continue to co-parent their children. Even months after they first split, Kim told Essence that the pair were friends and that Puffy still called her every day. "We're committed to our children, even if we couldn't commit to each other," she said. Then in an interview for Jet magazine that following year, Puffy also praised Kim as a parent. "Kim is an incredible mother to our children. We've been part of each other's lives for many years, and I have always admired her courage and strength. We're the best of friends." Over the years, they remained close and committed co-parents. "I got 3 girls, 3 boys, and they're really kind, great people," Puffy told People magazine in 2017 when speaking of his large family. "They got a lot of love in their heart. I'm the luckiest man in the world." And giving credit where credit was due, Puffy proudly praised all of his children's mothers. "I've been truly blessed to have some great, incredible relationships that have afforded me these children by these very strong, intelligent, beautiful black women." Now, I don't know if Sarah Chapman is a black woman, but okay. "Now, the mothers of my children, they are my best friends. My hat goes off to them," he said. So in the months leading up to her death, it seemed that Kim and Puffy were on good terms. They spent Mother's Day together.
That's cool. Hey, I'd like to do a mob movie with you sometime.
Take care, Sean.
We're gonna have a radio debut, is that right? I read this on the internet.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, all of that.
Tonight.
In just a few minutes, right?
Tonight?
That's
Few
it.
minutes, yes.
About to
First thing.
debut?
Yes, yes.
But the theme of the night is family over everything.
Everything.
Definitely.
That's
What a
the theme of
beautiful
the
family you have.
Absolutely.
Congratulations to all the success
Thank
and the
you.
love that y'all portray.
All right, bye, babies. Good night. Give me a kiss.
So Quincy, you got a new song coming out?
Yes, the first thing, the video is up. Check the visuals.
Okay,
All
baby.
beautiful, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Let me know how y'all.
You taking after your dad a little bit, or what?
Hello,
Better than my
twins.
dad.
Better than your dad.
Hello,
That's
girls.
the plan.
You guys are getting tall.
Come on, babies.
All right, good night, everybody.
So good to see you, Kim.
Oh, you too.
Kim, you look like you're 21.
25, actually.
And then in October, all of Kim and Puffy's children came to support a screening of Quincy's new Netflix movie, Holiday Calendar. Now, alongside a series of family group shots, Kim posted to Instagram saying, "When the whole crew shows up for Quincy's screening of Netflix Christmas movie, Holiday Calendar, a must-see. I laughed, I cried, I got in the holiday spirit, but most of all, I got to see Quincy live out his dream." That same month, Puffy also shared a sweet Halloween photo of Kim and their twin daughters who dressed up as Run DMC. Then less than 1 week before her death, Kim posted photos on her Instagram page as a tribute to Puffy in honor of his 49th birthday. "Happy birthday, Diddy. On this day, a genius was born. May you continue to be the driving force of energy that God created you to be. Thank you for giving me the best gifts of life, our children." She went on to share a photo of Puffy and his children from his birthday celebration. Now, a quick tea break. When reflecting on the relationship between Al B. Sure, Quincy, and Diddy, the question is, why was Al not in Quincy's life? Was it because he did not want to be? Or was it because Diddy did not want him to be? Diddy took Quincy as his own from the time that Quincy was 3 years old. There had been somewhat of a strained relationship between the three, but why? Some say that Diddy was just plain old jealous of Al B. Sure and Kim's relationship and the bond that they shared. Back in 2009, though, Quincy wrote an open letter to Al B. Sure saying, "I've been inspired throughout my life by special circumstances and unique experiences. Foremost, I grew up with a family that injected me with unconditional love and enduring confidence. This is my foundation, the family holidays and celebrations with my maternal lineage, supportive smiles and audiences at school programs, guiding hands to complete homework and special projects in the wee hours of the morning. However, I grew up without my father, an irreplaceable force and influence that was absent in my life. I watched other kids enjoy the embrace of theirs, and I searched for a way to reconcile the meaning of my circumstance. Despite my pain, I've imagined a life as a good son with my father. Baseball, playing in school band, church, all the things that he would expect his son to do, I've done. I've stood in front of audiences to receive awards. I heard their applause and praise, but the accolades have been absent the sound of his clapping hands and encouraging words. His voice that I could distinguish in my sleep. Where has he been? Now I reflect on the journey, the pain, the challenges, and the triumphs through this song. I'm reconciled as a man, no longer a boy in verse. Now I know that I'm not alone. Albert Brown, also known as Albie Shore, is my biological father, but Sean Combs, also known as Diddy, has been a father figure in my life for as long as I can remember. Sean Combs is the person whom I look up to and appreciate as a father. He is the one who helped mold me into the person I am today and will always try to live up to his expectations. He has always been supportive of me, and I will forever love and respect him. As far as my biological father goes, the spitting image is all I have taken from him. Throughout my life, I've always wondered about him, where he was, what was he doing, and most importantly, was he even thinking about me? The absence of my father has given me a better understanding of what type of man I am going to be. I am grateful for my mom's love, support, guidance, and for her strength. To those who share my plight, know that you have a great future, a destiny. Take the lemons that you are handed and make lemonade. Your journey is in a letter to my father, Quincy I.Q. Brown. Albie Shore then responded to Quincy's letter during an interview with Essence magazine, saying, I'm a human being, so of course hearing about any family member being disappointed with you is devastating. But what can you do? I'm a human being and my job is to fix it. I will not engage in a private family matter with the public, but I will say that Quincy is the most wonderful, kind young man in the world, and whatever he and I are going through, we are going to work it out, and that's all that. Now tell me in the comments, what do you think about the relationship between Al, Quincy, and Diddy? Is this a case of a deadbeat father, or was it Diddy's jealousy of Al and Kim, basically making it so that Al stayed away and out of Kim and Quincy's life? There are some men that are like that. Jealousy takes over, and rather than let the father of the child come around, they would much rather just take on the responsibility and raise that child. So let me know your thoughts. Now, speaking of open letters, Albie Shore wrote one of his own, but his letter was not to his son Quincy, nor was it addressed or directed to anyone specific, but it sure did make a lot of startling accusations. His open letter read, important read. I want to say that I love you from the bottom of my heart, and I appreciate the consistent love from you over the years, musically and all else. I am originally a hustler from the streets of Mount Vernon, from very humble beginnings, a loving mom who made sure I went in 100% on all and made something of the music craft that I've loved dearly. I thank you for sharing it with me over the years. I am just a human being, not perfect, but loves hard and appreciates all that God has allowed to happen in my life. Even my enemies, specifically the wealthy ones that can't help but be jealous of me, and even the broke ones that have entered my life with ulterior motives, which are most because of my trusting, giving spirit and willingness to help everyone, whether they deserved it or not. From getting artists record deals and them selling millions of records, to helping those from being put out into the street or feeding them when they claim they have no food and I ask for nothing. I've come to find out that there are some that are very jealous and bad people out here that you all know, love, and worship at times, that are so jealous of me and doing some very bad things to me, like stalking my place of rest and even faking as if they are workers for major cable companies, etc. We all are getting the hint by now. They've also gotten to people closest to me, my exes, co-workers, fakers, and plants, by playing games, threatening them to kill them first, if they turn them in, and or paying them money if they can get me to show up by telling me they are in need and seeing if I'll drop everything to help, as well as offering them things that they can't refuse in their desperate lives, which makes them complete trash when they accept. They've even gone as far as getting them implants, devices, and cameras, watching me at home, and to follow me around, and they communicate and feed them lines by walkie-talkies to try and set me up, etc. Even renting a place in my neighborhood. The best part of why God is so amazing is that I now know exactly who the idiots are and the fake aliases all are, and I wish them all Godspeed. So FYI, if I'll be sure, aka Al Brown, is found dead, please contact my attorney, Arthur Aronson, and he will have all the information on everyone, including their own closets emptied out and the main culprit funding it all. I will share who the key players are with you, so as I said, if I'm found dead, you will know the who and what shortly after. Since they seem to think that it's a joke or that I'm effing joking, we will find out who's really from Mount Vernon and not faking it. As I said, continue to F with a hungry, wounded animal in the woods with nothing to lose, and you will eventually get eaten. All involved in my favorite Bodhi Bear, rest in peace. To my sons, I love you severely, ABS. Woo, child. Now that was a lot to take in. Drop down in the comments section below and let me know what you think about this letter. Who do you think Al was referring to in the letter, and who did he write it to? So here is what we do know. We know that Kim and Diddy had a very on-again, off-again relationship. We know that Diddy pretty much did whatever it is he wanted to do, and Kim allowed it, put up with it, and pretended to look the other way until she eventually got fed up and finally left Diddy. And it was then rumored that she began dating actor Jackie Long. In 2010, the two were spotted at an album release party for singer Estelle. Now, if you do not know who Jackie Long is, he is an actor and producer best known for the movie ATL. He also dated Serena Williams back in the day and even said that he allegedly slept with Serena right before she got married. Well, reportedly, Diddy was not having any of this. He did not like the idea of Kim seeing anybody but him, and sources said that Diddy would call Jackie and threaten his life, saying that he better keep away from Kim or else he would have him erased from the face of the earth. Allegedly, Jackie had considered even filing a harassment complaint against Diddy. Now, during my investigation of this subject matter, I did not find any court documents or police reports to suggest that Jackie ever filed a police report against Diddy. But y'all remember that time that 50 Cent posted that he saved Jackie's life from Diddy. Jackie, you gotta pay me. Puff was gonna kill you, fool. I saved your life, nigga. But Jackie was not the first guy that Diddy was jealous of over Kim. The first time was with deceased record executive Shakir Stewart. Now, Mark Curry, who is a former bad boy artist and author of the book Dancing with the Devil, How Puff Burned the Bad Boys of Hip Hop, says in his book, during a trip to the islands, Puff ran into Kim. Somehow he found a phone message from Shakir to Kim, and the message read, "How are my babies doing?" Shakir had asked Kim on this message. Now, when Puff realized that Kim was doing fine without him, this enraged him. Allegedly, he punched Kim in the face, breaking her nose. Now, after summoning a couple of his bodyguards, Puff left his room and went to Shakir's room at the hotel. He banged on Shakir's door until he answered it. "What the fuck are you doing leaving messages on my bitch's cell phone?" Puffy raged. "Where do you get off saying you the daddy of my kids?" Now, Shakir knew that Puff never confronted anyone without backup, so he was afraid to defend himself. He tried to explain to Puff that he and Kim were only friends and that he was joking around when he left the message. But he also told Puff that he had no business trying to run the life of a woman that he repeatedly abandoned. Now, Puffy called him a liar and some other curse words and then picked up a chair and hit Shakir over the head with it. Now, it is rumored that a plastic surgeon was flown in the next day to reconstruct Kim's nose because Diddy had broken her nose when he punched her in the face. Now, allegedly, this is a photo of that surgeon. Now, what do you guys think of this? I've known Diddy to be jealous over Kim, but I did not know that he could have allegedly been physically abusive towards her. Now, before her untimely death, Kim Porter was working on a book, and it was entitled How to Raise Well-Mannered Children in Hollywood. Kim's longtime friend and hairstylist, Lisa Pope, posted on social media saying, Kim, at Lady KP, was planning to write a book on how to raise well-mannered children in Hollywood. I can attest to the amazingly well-mannered children that she raised. Our strongest bond was our role as parents. We love children, and we're especially bonded to our children. Well done, Kim. Well done. Now, this is a book that we know for sure was in the works, but there was allegedly another book in the early stages of development. Allegedly, major publishing houses were reaching out to Kim to work out a book deal that was going to be a tell-all sort of a book. Now, again, this is all word of mouth and is alleged. Nothing had been or has ever been officially announced about a tell-all book from Kim Porter. The only book that can be confirmed is the book about child rearing. But in this so-called tell-all book, Kim was going to explain the relationship with Diddy and dish about his bad partying habits, career, behind-the-scenes content, and family life, and more. Now, tell me what you think about this in the comments below. Do you think a tell-all book was coming from Kim? And what do you think she would have told? Now, I feel that being as though Diddy had so much control over her life and the way she protected him and put up with all his lying ways, I think she would have watered down this tell-all book. What she would have told, I do not know, but I don't think it would have been things that people really wanted to know, like the relationship with him and Andre Harrell, or the relationship with him, her, and Albie Shore. Just many things that I think are true secrets. I don't think Kim would have told these things.
How's everything with you?
Great.
I know you got to be a proud mother.
I am.
I see Quincy, Christian, they all doing their thing.
Doing their thing, yes they are.
God bless.
Thank you.
I could see you, because there's a lot of shows going on as far as reality. We got Love and Hip Hop, New York, Hollywood, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You think there would be any way possible that we could do a show, Hip Hop Wives, like you, Kamora Lee, and maybe others? That'd be pretty cool, I think.
I think we got enough of those shows, don't you?
Well, we do. I think we do have enough of the shows, but I think if you were to do a show, it would show less righteousness. You know what I mean? Because when you see all these reality shows, like the Basketball Wives and stuff like that, the fighting and all that stuff, so I kind of think that gives a bad name for, women, right?
Absolutely. You're so right. Oh, watch yourself. I don't want you to flip over.
Yeah, we don't want you to trip.
Oh, no.
That's gonna be.
Just steal a little bit of your time. So what do you got going on right now, Kim, that we should know about?
Visiting a friend. Just having lunch with a friend, that's it.
So you got any...
And managing all these kids, family business.
No doubt. You take care, Kim. Always good to talk to you.
Thank God you said. That's so funny, see? Oh my God, that's so funny.
Now, I know the media has portrayed Kim Porter as the sweet, angelic one when it comes to the baby mamas. She's looked at as having done no wrong. Well, did you know that the nanny that worked for them helping to care for Kim's 3 children, Christian, who was 16 at the time, and the twins Delilah and Jesse, who were 8 at this time, this nanny accused Kim of using drugs around the kids. Now, back in 2013, Dawn Drago filed a wrongful termination complaint in Los Angeles Superior Court, insisting that Kim fired her the previous year for complaining that she couldn't work around the constant marijuana smoke from Kim chain smoking weed in the house. Even worse, the nanny claimed that Kim smoked with her children present. Now, the lawsuit also described an alleged incident in which the nanny noticed that Kim's young kids were covered in a white powdery substance while she was driving them to school. Drago said that the unidentified powder came from a bag that the kids found in the car's back seat. Drago also claimed that Kim said the bag contained her medicine. Now, in this complaint, Kim's attorney said that the allegations were not true, and the nanny was upset because she got fired for not exposing the fact that she was a convicted shoplifter up front when she was hired. But it seems that none of this mattered because rather than fight the accusations, Kim decided to pay to have the whole mess just go away. The notice of the settlement to the court read, Ms. Drago and defendants are in the process of finalizing a confidential settlement agreement, and they will be filing a request for dismissal with the court thereafter. Now, without this settlement agreement, Drago and her lawyers most likely would have begun presenting evidence against Kim that would have substantiated these claims. So the settlement deal was reached, and details of that deal were not shared with the public. But then just when Kim thought that this headache was over, another employee represented by the same lawyers also filed a wrongful termination lawsuit. Amanda Jansen's complaint accused Kim and Diddy's Bad Boy Productions of making her work nearly 100 hours a week, with duties including cleaning the floor if the family dog urinated or defecated in the house. Jansen further claimed in the lawsuit that her shift required her to work 13.5 hours on weekdays and 24 hours a day on the weekends, and did not have regularly scheduled days off. Now, I did not see anything that suggests that this case even made it to court or if there was a settlement deal offered or reached. But I'm sure if it was handled like all other situations in the Sean Puffy Diddy Sean John Love Combs household, there was a settlement given. So sadly, we know that in November 2018, Kim Porter was found dead inside of her home, dying after suffering from lobar pneumonia. But after her death, rumors about laptops being stolen from her home started circulating. It's alleged that she was writing this tell-all book that would have exposed Diddy, and there were incriminating photos, videos, files, and documents about Diddy on these laptops. So after her death, when one of Diddy's LA homes, the one that Kim Porter lived in before she died, was robbed, bells and whistles went off. People really started speculating that something shady was going on behind the scenes. Now, the robbers reportedly triggered the security system by opening a side door to enter their home. A caretaker of the home discovered the break-in and confirmed to police that someone had rummaged through the home. They were not sure at the time what, if anything, had been stolen, and investigators said that they would need someone from the family to look around to tell if anything had been stolen. Now, there never was a report saying that there were specific items stolen, which is strange. Just the rumors that laptops could have been taken from the home. Now, again, this is odd to me. Breaking into a multi-million-dollar home and nothing of value is taken? Jewelry, money, art, nothing? That sounds weird to me. Now, a quick tea break. There have always been rumors that Kim Porter was holding a very dark secret for Sean, Puffy, Diddy, all of those alter egos that make this man. Well, actually, that she was holding many dark secrets, and all of the secrets seem to surround themselves around the same theme, that Diddy is gay. Allegedly, Kim knew this and knew who his lovers were, more specifically, Andre Harrell. That's right. Kim knew that Diddy and Andre were lovers and had been lovers for years. Now, for those of you that may be asking, who is Andre Harrell? Andre Harrell was the founder of record company Uptown Records. He started the label in 1986, and from the late 80s into the early 90s, Uptown was a leader in R&B and hip-hop. In 1990, Sean Combs began an internship at the label and worked with newly signed acts like Jodeci, Father MC, and Mary J. Blige. He became the company's A&R as the label enjoyed success into mid-July of 1993.
And all put together by, first this man in the middle here, and then he's passed it on to, I guess his son. Protege. Yes. Puffy.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about this man and why you like working with him.
Because, you know, he's not intimidated by youth, you know what I'm saying? He knows the importance of leaving a legacy behind. Because we need more adults out there that's going to teach the young, such as myself, and, you know, basically leave a legacy behind, leave something behind, you know.
And Andre, tell me a little bit about, if you didn't know, the Andre Harrell over here in the middle, and people have been talking about you, I've been reading about you in the New York Times, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out here that hadn't heard of you before, but then saw that article in the Times and said, okay, this young man's doing something. Because, you know, this guy always asks me, what's my age? So you want to know what everybody's doing, how old they are. Andre, what's happening? Tell me about the new ventures that are going on at MCA.
Well, what we did, we just made a vertically integrated deal, which means that we do film, television, and records. And what we are able to do now is take our record stars and cross them into television and film, like a Heavy D. He'll have a television show next year and a film the following year.
All right. Andre Harrell, Puff Daddy. See y'all in a minute.
Peace.
Now, according to Andre, this is where Puffy and Kim actually met each other. You see, Al B. Sure, who we know was dating Kim at the time, and the two had a baby together, who is Quincy. Well, Al was an artist signed to Uptown Records. So according to Puffy, when speaking on him and Kim meeting, he said, "The first time I saw her, she was at the studio with her ex-boyfriend. I wasn't trying to holler at her or anything, but I was admiring her. Her lips, her eyes, her mouth, her shape, her energy, and thinking, I wish I had a girl like that." Well, soon after, Andre hired Kim as a receptionist. And when he was asked about Kim and Puffy's relationship, he said, "Puff was in love with her from the first time he saw her. You could tell from the way he looked at her." So every morning when Puffy showed up for work, Kim would give Puffy a smile, but still he didn't make a move. Puffy said, "She kind of made me nervous. She wasn't like a New York girl. She was bohemian mixed with Georgia peach hospitality. I got the idea she liked doing stuff like walking barefoot in the grass. I didn't think I could get her to like me. She was smooth, you know, like ice. She's cool and collected and thinks before she speaks. You meet a lot of young ladies and they just don't do that. Kim was never pressed. She was always in control." Now, even though the pair had this connection at the office, they did not start dating until 1994. Now, another quick tea break inside of a tea break. At that time, Kim started working at Uptown Records, right? So Diddy was still with his longtime girlfriend and mother to his firstborn, Justin. Her name was Misa Hylton, and she was a celebrity stylist that worked with many of the artists at Uptown. Misa and Kim struck up a friendship during this time, and when Kim split from Al B. Sure, she reportedly went to stay with Misa and Diddy. Now, according to Misa, Diddy began cheating on her with Kim. And Misa and Diddy eventually split, and that's when Diddy and Kim made it official in 1994. So is it a surprise that Diddy eventually went on to be a cheater in Kim and his relationship? What's that old saying? That the same way you get him is the same way you lose him. But Misa knows how Diddy is, and it's rumored that she too has kept secrets from him because of the money that he gives her. Now, when asked about his baby mamas, Misa had this to say: "Sarah is really sweet, but Sarah and Kim don't get along. I get along with everyone, with both of them. Kim and I go back for years now. We were friends at one point. I was like, you wanted him, you got him now, baby. So she's got to go through all the BS I had to go through back in the day. Sarah has been around as long as Kim. A lot of people don't know that. Puffy was cheating on me with both of them. This is over 15 to 16 years ago, so we've all been around a long time. I joke around sometimes and say they are like my sister wives. I try to keep everything good, and we want Kim to accept Chance, but she's not ready yet. But I accepted Christian." Now, when speaking on Diddy's child support, Misa said, "The money is relative to him. People say, Oh, it doesn't take that much. You don't know how much tuition is. You don't know what the lifestyle is every day. Our children, thank God, are able to have different extracurricular activities. They have tutors. They have programs that they're in. They have to have security, which is very expensive on a weekly basis. There are a lot of things that people don't take in consideration that this money goes to. We don't sit and get a check and throw it up in the air and say, yeah, what am I going to do with this today? What wasn't going to happen to me before I went to court is because I'm not with you or sleeping with you, Kim's son is not going to get more than my son because of that. That was some bitch assness. Now, because if you could come and stay here and pop in and out when you wanted to, then it wouldn't be a problem. So you're not going to put me at a disadvantage because we are really broken up and I've moved on. Now, when asked if she thought Diddy was bitter over their breakup, she said, yes, he still is bitter. It's like, can I live? I have love for him and he's my family, and I'm going to always support him and have his back. But when you can have everything sometimes and you can't have that one little thing, you are not used to that. That's so over. I'm not saying he's actively trying to pursue me, but I get a hard time sometimes. It's like, what's the problem? You think I'd be the one acting like that? I stay out of your way. Child, these women are a special breed because baby. But hey, I guess money makes people do some strange things. Okay, now back to the Uptown tea. So Puffy and Andre began having issues. So Uptown fired Puffy, and within 2 weeks, he launched his own label, Bad Boy.
You made him your A&R man at Uptown. You fired him, which is fascinating because you kept this relationship and you worked with him for many years.
When I fired him, it was like I had an artist in the building, right? Because Puff, as an executive, he really is a very artistic guy. He can make videos, he can style. So I started to branch out in the movies and the television. So then Puff wouldn't really listen to anybody but me. So my full-time job became managing Puff. And I was doing other things. So even when I let Puff go, for the whole time he was let go, he was always on payroll. I never stopped paying him until he found his next spot. His artists were always still getting per diem. Because I didn't do it to hurt him, but I knew it was time for him to grow. And the only way he could grow was if he was going to have the same kind of corporate conversations that I was subjected to. And then he would understand what he could and could not do. And the final straw for me was when MCA wanted me to not put out the Biggie Smalls album because they didn't like the subject matter. And they wanted me to tell him, he's got to change his tone, and it wasn't up to me, I felt, to tell a generation what they could and could not do artistically. So I knew it wasn't going to work because he was coming from a new space and a new era. The Dr. Dre Chronic album that came out, and that was a major influence over music. So whereas I had Heavy D, who was more like a happy, female-loving, uplifting kind of celebratory artist, Puff's Heavy D was Biggie Smalls. And Biggie Smalls was more like in the streets and telling street stories, and he told them well.
And that was a transition in hip-hop.
And big in New York.
For
New York. And Biggie Smalls ended up becoming my favorite rapper of all time. But I didn't want to sit there and be the one confining Puff because the corporation was telling me to do that. I'm not built that way. So I told Puff he needs to go and create his own opportunity. You red hot. I'm really letting you go so you can get rich.
Yeah, and he did, and you guys together, you did as well.
Now the tea is that Puffy started his own label and took B.I.G. with him, which caused Uptown Records to suffer. And in '95, Andre left Uptown with rapper Heavy D, who had been the label's executive vice president, taking over, becoming the president and CEO. Now, I have my own theories as to what really happened with Uptown Records. Uptown, we know, was founded by Andre in the late 80s into the early 90s, right? Well, Puffy comes along in 1990 as an intern. Then in 91, Andre executive produces the film Strictly Business, as well as this film's soundtrack. Now, at this time, Puffy is really a nobody. He's just breaking into the music industry. He's an intern, and you know that interns usually do not get paid. So he hosts an event at the City College in New York in December of '91, with Heavy D, who is an Uptown artist, but what else is he? The executive vice president of Uptown. So Heavy D got a little bit of money, but not Diddy. Now the two do this celebrity basketball game, and it results in a stampede, and 9 people are killed. Now victims and family members of those that were killed, they begin filing lawsuits. Now Puffy does not have any money. He's just an intern. So he starts having trouble with Andre in 93 and gets fired from Uptown. Now, during this time, the families are filing lawsuits and they are settling with these families. Where is this money coming from? Now, rumor has it that Puffy punched an MCA record executive in the face during an argument over B.I.G.'s debut album being shelved. So he gets fired and he goes and starts Bad Boy Records, right? And then Andre, he left Uptown. But again, where did this money come from? How is he settling lawsuits and how is he starting record companies? Now, this is where the secrets begin. It's my theory that this is where the turning point comes in for Diddy. Now, Kim and Diddy are dating. In 94, they meet at a party, is what they say. But how could they meet at a party if Kim was living with Misa and Diddy? They say that they started going out on a few dates, they talk on the phone, and then the two become inseparable. Now, when speaking about this time, Kim has told the public, "We went out together, we ate together, we played together. He would want me at the office, and I would want him at my shoots. Our bond was so tight." And then Puffy remembers the time saying, "It just didn't feel right without her. I'm talking about from a strip club to playing poker. She would be there. The girl could even throw a football." So with Kim now coming into the picture and being around Diddy so much, what did she know and what did she see? Now, when Puffy lost his job at Uptown, he took his label Bad Boy Records and he shopped it around before eventually meeting with Clive Davis at Arista Records. Now, Clive was not familiar with Puffy or his work at all, but he still sat down and gave him a chance. Now, when Clive recollects this time, he says, "I didn't even know that much about Puffy. I did take the meeting and it was no question that he had the vision that a hip-hop revolution was coming. He needed my expertise to conquer top 40. I was skeptical. So I asked Puffy, 'What music do you have?' He played me Flavor in Your Ear by Craig Mack. That sold me. He also played me the then unknown artist that he felt and believed so strongly in. He played me 4 or 5 cuts from Notorious B.I.G. Clive gave Diddy a distribution deal that was reportedly for $10 to $15 million, which marked the beginning of Bad Boy Records. So again, the question is, what did Kim know? Many say that Clive Davis gave Diddy this deal in exchange for something that was a little strange. Now, drop down in the comment section and tell me what you think about this. Do you think that there is any truth to that? Did Kim know too much? Was she truly running from someone or something, as Albie Shore suggests? Diddy in the industry because she knew too much. Was that what she was running from? Did they want her dead? And remember that time during a live stream video when Diddy slipped up and admitted that he and Usher had slept together. Then he quickly tried to cover it up with a Boondocks phrase. You know what I'm saying? This is my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up earlier than me, and now he's one of the richest stars in the world and I love him. Now, which woman was he with when this was going down? Was it Kim? Was it Misa? But what was the tea with all of the women in Diddy's life? It was also rumored that Kim Porter, as a kept woman, did not really care what Diddy did. Take the cheating scandal with Jennifer Lopez. Many wondered, how did Kim feel about it? Was it really infidelity? Well, when speaking of that time, Kim said in an interview, "Everywhere I went, people were asking, 'Are you okay?' I just hated that. People just believed everything they saw in print, and they were talking to me like I was really crushed. But I had just had a baby. I couldn't be somewhere in a corner, heartbroken. I have kids. I'm a grown woman." Now, Kim further went on to say of Diddy that he just got caught up in the hype. And my man is Mr. Hype. Now, the J-Lo and Diddy years were from 1998 to 2000, and Kim further said, They were so public, so humiliating, so disrespectful. And what made it worse was that it was all a lie. That relationship wasn't real. The world just saw the bright lights and the camera, but I knew what was really going on. He was still in love with me. Now, Kim said that Diddy fell for a big booty and a smile, and she used to tell him that when he was finished with his little Puerto Rican girlfriend, he'd be back.
Puffy did one of them, do the next single.
Stop right there. Tell me everything we need to know about Puffy.
He's great. He worked on the album, you know.
Do you know what he's doing? Is he all right?
Yeah, he's good.
This guy's, he's turned into like a mogul, this guy, hasn't he?
Yeah,
he
he's
does
a
a
big deal.
million things at once. Yeah.
He's pretty talented.
Yeah, and are you and Puffy friends?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you good friends?
Yeah, I mean, we worked on the album. I did a video with him a few months back, yeah.
And just friends?
Yeah. I know what you're going for. We're friends.
There's no romance between you and Puffy?
You know, he's just a good friend.
Oh, come on, tell me the truth.
I am telling you the truth.
There's no romance between you and Puffy.
I think you just like saying his name.
Who doesn't? Well, you know, it's your business. You don't have to tell me what you don't want to tell me.
Who are you seeing?
Well, there's no one named Puffy. I'm seeing a lovely woman named Stubby. It's silly. It's silly, isn't it? Yeah, it'd be trouble at the house this weekend.
So hot, doing everything.
Working hard, working hard.
And recently celebrating a birthday as well.
Yes.
Yeah. I heard about the surprise party.
It was a total surprise.
In fact, there's a picture here in the
oh, I haven't seen it. Can I see?
People magazine. Yeah, there he is. Puffy, taking
yeah, he threw the party.
Now, how in the world did he surprise you about
You know, I think he just did it in a day and a half, you know, really quickly, because I would have found out otherwise.
And where did you think you were going?
Just to dinner, you know. So just let's just go out to dinner, have a quiet time, you know, we're always around a lot of people. I'm like, okay. You know, so we go out to dinner, and then after that, he's like, oh, there's this girl's birthday who's also today. And I'm like, oh, yeah? And he's like, yeah. He goes, maybe we should just stop by, have a drink, something. I'm like, okay. And then at the end of the dinner, he goes, you know what? Maybe we should just go home. Maybe we should just go home. I'm like, no, trying to be the good person. You know, no, okay, let's go, let's go. And we walk in.
To your own place?
Yeah, no, we drive up, and there's all these balloons outside, and I think to myself, this girl's having a really big party, you know? And I walk in, and everybody else, surprise! And I'm like, I'm not this girl. What are these dummies? What are they doing right now? And then I see my father and my friends, and I just start crying. I was like, oh my God. I'd never been surprised in my whole life. It was a first, so it was really, really special to me.
Oh, that's great. Some people can't handle that, you know.
No, I started crying. It's very emotional when you see everybody standing there, and it's a big surprise.
Incidentally, you know, we had Puffy here.
I know.
We had a lot of fun with him. He was a great guy. But what do you call him?
Sean.
Sean?
Yeah, that's his name.
I know, but not Daddy, Puffy, Puff Daddy.
Not Daddy. I only have one Daddy.
How'd you meet Puffy anyway? Did he pursue you, or?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah?
We had done a video together a long time ago. He asked me to be in a video of his, and I really liked his music at that time. I was doing this movie called Out of Sight. And I was like, well, I don't know if I can do it. I'm doing this movie. And he said, no, you know, I really think it's time that people, this was before I was doing my music and dancing and everything. And he was like, I think people they forgot that you dance. I used to be a fly girl on Living Color, and you should really do this. And I was like, all right, well, if you can do it on the weekends, I'll do it. And we wound up doing it, and we just became friends from there.
And look what happened from that. You got a whole new career going now. You're in the middle of making an album right now, right?
Yeah, I'm in the middle of finishing up my second album right now. I'm very excited about it. We were just blasting it in the back. I was like, am I going to get in trouble for playing my music back here?
What are the songs? What's the
It's the same kind of thing as last time. It's pop music, you know, with a little Latin and R&B flavor to it. And, How long?
Yeah, how long have you known Puffy?
Oh, I guess 3 years or so.
3 years, yeah. And how did you meet Puffy? Do you call him Puffy?
You ask me this every time. We met.
What do you call him? You don't call him Puffy then. What do you call him?
No, I do.
You do. You call him Puffy.
Yeah.
You call him Sean?
Yeah, sometimes.
What percentage of the time do you call him Puffy?
I would say 90% of the time I call him Puffy, and 10% of the time I call him Sean.
Yeah. And I would guess that 10% of the time means that there's trouble, right? Some kind of trouble? Maybe a little trouble, yeah. Was he ever Puffy?
No.
Never Puffy.
You mean heavy?
Yeah, heavy.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, and why do they call him Puffy?
Yeah, it's kind of a mystery.
All right, let's move on then.
Okay.
Okay, so how did you meet him?
I met him. He asked me to do a video with him.
Right. And you kind of met, and did you go
when
out to...
he was, doing music.
Yeah, and did you go out to dinner?
No.
Miniature golf?
No.
But actually, Diddy never really left. The entire time he was seeing J-Lo, Kim says her cell phone never stopped ringing. No one knows that part, Kim said. He was calling 50, 60 times a day. Sometimes I wouldn't even talk to him because I was so angry. I couldn't be nice, Kim. I had to be, that bitch. Like, this is not going down. At the time, Kim and Diddy were living together. But as soon as she caught wind of the J-Lo affair, Kim kicked Diddy out and changed the locks. I told him, someone's got to go, and it isn't going to be me and these kids. Diddy moved into a hotel, but ignored Kim's wishes to be left alone, continuing to stop by the house whenever he pleased. It was like my life was not my own, Kim said. He was very, very intrusive. Now, the couple would eventually end up in the Manhattan family courthouse to hash out a visitation agreement, which Diddy admits he did not stick to. He would say he needed to see his son, but I was at a place where just the sight of him would turn my stomach. My feeling was, you made this decision. Now stay over there. I can't repeat everything that I said at the time because it really was not that ladylike, but I was very expressive about it, Kim said. In fact, she admitted that she was so expressive that one day she got so mad that she threw a television at Diddy, and she said it was one of the small ones. Now, when asked if Diddy had ever taken their son Christian around J-Lo, Kim said, hell no. No. Do you see me? I'm a full black woman. We don't mix and mingle like that. I'd kill him dead. So he knew better. And besides, does she look like the type that would want to play house and family with two little black kids? No, I don't think it was that type of situation. Now, when it was Diddy's turn to speak about this, first he admitted that he had made a mistake, and then he said, I wasn't trying to hurt her, but with the cameras and everything, it was probably the worst relationship for me to get into. I don't know if I could have been as strong as Kim was. But Diddy wanted to make it clear that when he did get into this relationship with J-Lo, that he and Kim were already having problems. It wasn't boom, I just woke up one morning and started messing with Jennifer and left Kim. That's not what happened. Now, according to Diddy, it all started because Kim turned out to be too laid back. I'm used to applause when I walk in the room, Diddy said, and she was just too cool. I would tell her, I guess I'll go be with someone else who'll take care of me the way I want to be taken care of, who'll be a little more aggressive. He further went on to say that Kim wasn't really conforming to how he wanted her to conform. So with J-Lo, Diddy says he was making a statement. Jennifer was my perfect match in terms of energy. I thought, I'll test the waters and hopefully Kim will see I'm serious and come running after me. Only Kim didn't make a move. So I was back at the house trying to figure out what the hell was going on. So during this interview, the two of them are having breakfast and they're talking to this reporter. And Diddy just busts out and says, do you really think that God meant for a man to just have one wife? Or a woman to have just one husband? Do you think God meant it that way? Then Kim shoots back and says, do you really want me having sex with some other man? You want that to happen? No, Diddy says, but God made us different. That's such a cop-out, Kim snaps back. I could be just like you, but I choose not to be. So then Diddy rambles and stammers for a while, and then he says, sometimes things happen. This is the most monogamous I've ever been in my life. That's all I'm trying to say. With Jennifer, I was attracted to someone who had the same energy as me, but that isn't necessarily the best. Because I'm so aggressive, the best energy for me is someone who slows me down and makes me feel like I can breathe. It's hard for me to breathe. When I'm around Kim, I feel like I can do that. Now, even Kim's mother was amazed by her daughter's calm in the face of such commotion. The whole family was upset about the situation with Jennifer Lopez, Kim's mom said. You hear rumors and you see things on television, and if your daughter is involved, you want to know if she's hurting. But Kim didn't fall apart. She didn't stop eating. She didn't do any of that. She behaved normally. As her mother, I was checking her out all the time, looking and watching to see if she was putting on an act. But she's very resilient. She handled it like a champ, even though I knew she must have been hurting. I was so very proud of her. Now, when Diddy stopped seeing J-Lo in 2000, that next year in 2001, he gets tried on weapons and bribery charges stemming from a 1999 shooting incident in which 3 people were injured at a Manhattan nightclub. Kim said at that time she knew in her heart that Diddy was never going to jail, but she was down on her knees praying that he would be exonerated. And we know eventually he was acquitted of all charges. Now, according to Kim, the trial and the whole whoop-de-woo of it all was just too much. So in September of 2001, she moved back to Georgia to be with her family and raise her 2 young sons away from the chaos. Kim said that's when Diddy really came around. I think the threat of losing his freedom forced him to grow up and take responsibility for his actions. She said that once she and the kids left New York, Diddy was forced to come to her and work things out. She said he really had to jump through some hoops. He was on the plane every weekend talking to my mom and my grandmother and telling the kids, Daddy made a mistake. It wasn't like I had been going out with Puffy all by myself. I mean, my whole family was behind me. I had cousins who really wanted to beat him up. Now, Kim said Diddy even had to make things right with her father. I don't know what those conversations were like, but it was enough for my father to say to me, Kimberly, I made a mistake with your mother. We all make mistakes. Now, in the end, Kim finally let her guard down because she felt like all of Diddy's faults, for all of them, there was really no man who could love her better. I know him like I know my kids, she said. Now, explaining their connection, she said, like all love, theirs was part chemistry and part mystery. She says she understood that some people didn't get why she took Diddy back. She said her biggest fear was that if it happened again, the relationship would have to be over. She went on saying that no one knew him the way she did and admitted that the rumors of his legendary temper tantrums with his staff were all true, but he had a softer side. He's gentle, giving, and sensitive, especially to me. He's really a good guy with a big, big heart. I get to see that. I'm really thankful I get to see that. He could be a little more attentive to his family, but I understand who he is and what that requires of him. He's in a business where he wants to be the best, and he wants to make sure his family has the best. It takes a lot of his person to do that. You know, there's only so much time in the day, but as long as he makes us feel like we're a family, I'm fine. There'll be one day when he won't be working so hard. Then we have a lifetime. I'm not a needy person. If I were, I'd probably be somewhere pulling out my hair right now. The two eventually reconciled, with Diddy saying that he had made a real effort to leave P. Diddy at the office and make more time for Kim and the kids. She taught me well. When you're in a relationship, there's a lot of give and take. Before, I was just selfish. Now, this is actually the interview that was around the time that Kim had told Diddy that she was pregnant with the twins. And when asked about this, the interviewer asked him, what did he think about Kim being pregnant? And the pregnancy, was it planned? And Diddy said no. Someone must have been counting wrong, but I was ecstatic. I wanted girls for a long time. I just pictured the babies falling asleep on top of me. Then when asked if the couple had plans to marry, the answer was no. So this is that interview where he said no, and he said, I know she deserves to get married, but I'm just not ready. It's not a reflection on how much I love Kim. It's that I'm just learning how to be a good boyfriend. When I'm finished with this step, I'll move on to the next. Now with this, he ends the interview by telling the interviewer, you should end the piece like that, with me talking about getting married. It'll give hope to all the girls who fell in love with a player. Well, ex-player. Make that ex-player. But he said it right the first time because we all know that at this time, he was seeing Sarah Chapman on the low, and she was pregnant with his daughter Chance. So through this entire interview, with all the promises of love and fidelity that he was promising Kim, he knew he was lying. The Cassie years. So the twins were born in December of 2006, and Sarah's daughter was born in July 2006. And it was also in 2006 that Diddy began working with producer Ryan Leslie and his girlfriend Cassie. Now, immediately rumors began swirling that Diddy and Cassie were carrying on an affair behind their partners' backs. They both denied this. Then in 2007, when it was finally revealed to the public that Diddy had fathered Chance while being with Kim, Kim could just not take it anymore and she left Diddy. They stayed loving each other as co-parents, raising children together and sharing the proper love between people who raise kids together. Diddy said, Kim is an incredible mother to our children. We've been part of each other's lives for many years, and I've always admired her courage and strength. We're the best of friends. Then in April of 2008, they sparked reconciliation rumors as they showed up hand in hand at a party thrown by the Beckhams in West Hollywood. However, in May of 2008, the long-running rumors surrounding Diddy and Cassie, whom had split from her long-term boyfriend Ryan Leslie in 2007, seemed to have been confirmed when the two of them were spotted hugged up in Central Park on Mother's Day. Then in June of 2008, rumors began swirling that Diddy was also keeping company with actress Cameron Diaz. The two had reportedly been spotted together many times since March. Then in July of 2008, Cassie confirmed that she and Diddy were together at one point, but that they were no longer together. Then in December of 2008, Diddy threw an intimate party bash for Kim in West Hollywood. Nearly 30 guests attended, and at one point in the evening, the group serenaded Kim to Stevie Wonder's Happy Birthday, and then they presented her with a cake. Then in March of 2009, Diddy and Cassie were reportedly back on after she was spotted at a private event at his home in Florida. Now, a source who attended that private party said Diddy and Cassie were definitely together. They were all over each other and didn't leave each other's side the whole night. In June of 2009, Diddy came out to support Kim as she hosted a VIP reception sponsored by Hennessy. Then in July of 2009, just a month later, both Kim and Cassie attended Diddy's annual white party in Beverly Hills. In October of 2009, Diddy and Kim were spotted on the balcony of a hotel in Brazil. Then in November of 2009, Cassie made an appearance at Diddy's lavish 40th birthday party at the Plaza Hotel in New York City. Now, this merry-go-round continued on with photos of the trio in the press, with Diddy taking turns with who he would be seen with. Now, I personally think that these things are planted with these celebrities. They have these photos planted to keep them relevant and keep their names generating a buzz in the press. In 2012, Diddy and Cassie went public with their relationship. The pair began attending various events together, but especially sparked the public's interest after they were seen at Kanye West's Paris Fashion Week show that year. Then in 2013, Cassie opens up about their romance to Madame Noir. In an interview with Madame Noir, Cassie described her relationship with Diddy by saying that just being around him is a completely inspiring experience. She also mentioned how honesty and communication were huge factors in their romance. Then in 2014, the couple sparked engagement rumors after Cassie is spotted wearing a ring. Diddy posted a huge diamond ring on his Instagram with the caption, "Baby, do you like it? I just want to give you what you like. Although Diddy's rep had denied the engagement rumors, photos of Cassie wearing the ring still had fans speculating. Then in 2015, here comes breakup number 1. Now, according to the blogs, Diddy and Cassie, they split, but they got back together shortly after. In an interview with The Breakfast Club, Diddy shared his 25/75 relationship rule. If I'm in a relationship with you like 25% of your time, you're going to just feel like, oh man, I hate being here. This guy, oh man, he cheated on me, he lied on me. But then there's 75% of I'm going to make you the happiest woman in the whole wide world. And I promise you'll smile the most. Then in 2016, here comes breakup number 2. Reports from TMZ detailed the explosive argument in which Diddy took Cassie's phone but later returned it. When the police were called to Cassie's home, no crime was charged, but a domestic incident report was filed. The two split once again but reunited shortly after the incident. And then Diddy throws Cassie a lavish 30th birthday party.
Oh, hey, say hi. That's my sister Naomi. It's my baby Cassie. It's her birthday today. Happy birthday, Cassie! What's your name?
No, yo, what up, what up? Yo,
yeah.
It's cold out here.
You be out, I'm gonna turn the heat up. Thank you, sir. Yeah, check this out. It's our my last couple of days before I go on tour. Yeah, so I'm gonna enjoy this thing. Baby girl's birthday. You know, ain't nobody gonna do it like Diddy. So this beautiful ocean, thank you for all the peace and serenity this summer. But I gotta hit the road. I'm going to Chicago September 1st. Get your tickets, bad boy. Got my brother Richard Kiva in the house, Andre Harrell, Russell Simmons. Oh shit, the tide is like right here on my feet. Look at my shoes. See, what you have to say to the people? What's up, baby?
Happy birthday, Cassie.
Yeah.
This is your little baby.
Yeah. Okay, what's going on, Jeffrey Best?
Well, you got 2 best buffets I've ever seen. You got all the best food
I
here.
brought Noble here.
And then you got Mary Jane.
Mary Jane. What up? Gotta have a weed bar, baby. Ain't no party like a Puff Daddy party. We in LA and we got cars. We don't need anxiety, baby. What's your name, black man? What's your name and what you represent?
My name is Andre Harrell, founder of the Ghetto Fabulous. I represent.
Is in Black Excellence?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell them about it.
The highest order of what anything could ever be done with the most style and flair.
Look at my shoes. What up? Yo, crowd. What's up? Who's that? Who is that? Is that Groovy Lou? Groovy Lou? Are you right at home? Rob, how you feel about mango Ciroc?
Mango, delicious. First you gotta take the shot. Then you gotta bite the mango.
Hey yo, the Splash Brothers are back together again.
Love always find us, baby.
Yeah, hey yo, September 1st, we coming to your city, Chicago. Be there, Bad Boy Family Reunion Tour.
Mango.
What you want?
I want 6 shots.
6 shots?
Bring them down.
Of what?
Ciroc, mango. Why not?
What'd you say?
The mango Ciroc is bomb.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Thank you. Oh yeah, French loves it too. September 1st, Chicago. September 2nd, Detroit. Bad Boy Family Reunion Tour. Baby boys, look at them. Yeah, fresh here. coming out. Take that, take that. Take that. Here with Ciroc boy Nathan. What up? Tell him.
Ciroc boys, Bango, we out.
Bang, bang, why not? Ain't no party like a Diddy party. I'm coming to your city. Yeah, and I bring gifts. I bring gifts. I bring gifts. Damn, that's a big pot. Bad Boy Family Reunion Tour. We coming to your city and we taking these big pots. Yeah. DJ, Kiss. Come on in. It's the Bad Boy Family Reunion Tour. Let's go. Take a picture, girl. Yeah. This is not a filter. We buy real shit. We only deal with real shit. We are the real one. Hey, yo, this ain't no filter. I'm just on my peace and love shit. You see my flowers? Hold on. Hey, yo. I'm bringing this love all over. The nice
I'm
one.
the nice
You're
one.
The nice one.
I'm the nice one.
Of course she is. She's the crazy, sexy, cool.
Right. Hey, I'll be that.
Gangsta. Hey. Hold on, bitch. I got a white motherfucking coat on. Don't touch me, bitch. Get on up. Yeah, I got where the fuck we was at. We was at the fucking Fly. Yeah. How you doing, Playboy? Hey. I got a kimono.
Let me record me.
Had to record me. Fuck that.
For a second.
This is all y'all need to hear.
You guys are asshole. No. Oh, what a dick. She didn't respond to me when she responded to you.
If you had any out there who speaks these words, you would know! Come on, Cass, you get in this one. Come on. Come on, Cass.
Come on, Cass. Jump on. Jump on, Cass.
I don't know if I can take off. You crowd surfing? Surfing. Oh, you surfing? Wave guard. Wave guard. Wave guard. Yeah.
Then in 2018, Cassie and Diddy called it quits for good. Now, the last post on Cassie's Instagram was of the two was from the Met Gala in May, while Diddy's last post was from her birthday in August, and he captioned it saying, "Go best friend, it's your birthday. Happy birthday to my love. At Cassie, love you forever. Hashtag Cassie Day." Sources close to them admitted that they had officially split and they had not been together for months. And on November 15th of 2018, Kim Porter tragically dies.
I had so many words to describe her, but to me, she's so precious. The word is precious. She's just so precious. And I'm not scared. I'm not scared. I'm sad. I'm hurt. But I don't feel she left. Like, I'm not like, oh, she's not here. Because, like, the physical, somebody told me this the other day. Whoever told me this, I can make sure I give you credit. But Fahim told me, yeah, Fahim.
When Jesus is my portion, a God something is He. His eye is on the
And we're going to release these birds, and as they release, you know, we're going to think about Kim, and we're going to think about this family. You ready? On the count of 3, we're going to lift them up. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead.
That was very close.
And one day after Kim's death, Diddy is then seen reuniting with Cassie. Diddy was dressed in a black hoodie and red shorts, while Cassie wore an all-black ensemble as they were photographed leaving the Movement Institute. A week later, Cassie posted to her Instagram her thoughts on Kim's passing. "There are no words, an amazing mother to her beautiful family, lit up every room she entered, and now the most beautiful angel. Sending so much love and my condolences to the Porter and Combs family. I love you, Quincy, Christian, Jesse, Delilah, Chance, Justin, and Diddy. Puff, you are already the best father. I know you will be amazing." Then Diddy's own Instagram post reflected on the death of Kim and read, "For the last 3 days, I've been trying to wake up out of this nightmare, but I haven't. I don't know what I'm going to do without you, baby. I miss you so much. We were more than best friends. We were more than soulmates. We were some other shit, and I miss you so much." Now, when Diddy and Cassie were spotted together only a day after Kim had died, it sparked speculation that the two of them were looking to rekindle their relationship. However, Cassie posted on Instagram that they were not getting back together. Even with Diddy having the nerve to post an intimate shot of Cassie on his Instagram story to show how much he was missing her, Cassie's Instagram showed that she had moved on. Spotted with a fitness guru, Alex Fine, Cassie was locking lips with him in her Instagram post. Now, speaking of lips, there is a certain ex-Bad Boy employee that apparently had loose lips and spilled some tea. Now, all of this is alleged and cannot be confirmed with solid proof, but let's just say we have all heard this tea before in some way, shape, or form. Now, apparently this employee has seen many things go down in the offices of Bad Boy. When asked a few questions about Diddy, here is what they had to say. When asked if Diddy is gay and is he a top or a bottom, the person said, Puff is versatile in the bedroom and has no problem letting people know. When asked about Aubrey O'Day and had her and Diddy messed around, the employee said, "Of course they did." When asked, does Diddy have sex with his assistants, the employee said that he does and actually named a few of them by first names only, naming about 4, saying that there were also others. The employee also said that Diddy liked to use ketchup in the bedroom instead of whipped cream. Now, to be honest, I don't like to use any of that in the bedroom. It just makes a huge mess and it is so sticky. Now, the employee went on to say that Diddy turned Mace out and that this is what drove him to the church. The source said that Andre Harrell is the one who turned Diddy out as well. And there are some other industry folk like Clive Davis that also had a turn at Diddy. Now, there is also a few boy toys within the industry that Diddy likes to play around with, and he named them as JD, Jim Jones, Dallas Austin, Young Jock, Bow Wow, Will LeMay, Tiger Woods, and George Clooney, to name a few. When asked if the employee knew anything about Diddy and Kim's relationship, they said, "Now, I took it at this time that these questions were asked, Kim was alive." So the employee said about Kim, let's face it, Kim is never a successful model. She was never a successful model like she would like folks to believe she was. She wanted to live a certain lifestyle and Mr. Williams could not give her that. Folks tell her she could be done with Puff's abuse and get money by doing a reality show or a game show, but she thinks she's too good for that, so she stays. Trust, Kim is not so innocent, and at the end of the day, she is a beautiful woman and has several men, although not as rich as Puff, dutifully blowing her back out. Puff was very bitter because he felt like he was the one who made J-Lo who she was. During this time, Puff was very abusive to Kim. I honestly think J-Lo was just an opportunist who used Puff. Honestly, don't even think she likes blacks. J-Lo always had fertility issues. I doubt she ever got pregnant by Puff. Kim Porter has questionable taste when it comes to men. Someone asked if she was sleeping with some guy from Georgia, Atlanta. I know one of them is Big Pat, Basement Entertainment. They're both from Columbus, Georgia. He brags about it and sleeps with her on a regular. One year, Kim even did a radio drop to say happy birthday to him. He had one of his birthday celebrations at Justin's, which is Diddy's spot. Yes, Diddy knows they sleep together. Diddy played the upset role at first and even called Pat. For those of us who know Pat, knows that he is emotional and gossips like a woman. I remember Pat always would say, yeah, Diddy be effing on boys. Not underage boys, but you know what I mean. Funny because around the same time she was sleeping with Pat, she ended up pregnant. She was absolutely sleeping with them at the same time. Yes, Kim gets her thing on too, on the side, which is why she sticks with Diddy. They both know what's up with the other. Now that is some piping hot tea and I don't know what to make of it, but it is all alleged. You guys drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about that. But if you think that was some tea and if you think that was a lot, let's explore Kim and Diddy's relationship a bit further. If the pair were together from 1994 to 2018 up until Kim died, Kim basically being his bottom B, then Diddy had his cake and ate it too, and this means that she knew a lot about these women. Now, cheating with Diddy while he was with Misa, then J-Lo came along, then Cassie. Well, what about the woman that came forth in 2020 that claimed she was with Diddy while he was with Cassie? Remember the woman by the name of Virginia V? Well, Virginia V said that during their relationship, Diddy was mentally, physically, and emotionally abusive. She said that one time he picked up one of her high-heeled shoes and tried to throw it at her. She also said that Diddy once smashed her face so hard he made her nose bleed. She claimed that his friends and entourage would watch him abuse her all of the time and do nothing. She also claimed that Diddy paid for and made her get many abortions. She said that the first time was October 2014. When I told him, he was like, "You're getting an abortion, right?" Then I was like, "I don't know yet." Then he offered me $50,000 to get rid of it. But I turned it down because I just loved him. I was like trying to prove that I wasn't the girl that wanted him for money. I just cared about him. I just wanted him to be nice to me. That's it. She also said that Diddy would constantly compare her to Cassie, saying that Cassie was the good one and she was the bad one. But even with the speculations of cheating and abuse, it seems like Cassie would do whatever Diddy asked her to do, just like him. Now, recently in an interview with Vlad TV, Young Jock was speaking on some memorable times during his career, and he spilled some tea about how Cassie shaved her head. Now, Jock claimed that at Diddy's request, Cassie shaved her head because Diddy told her to do it while they were out at a nightclub. Me and Cassie sitting next to each other, my wife right here, Cassie right here. The nigga jumped off the bar, came over and said, yo, Cassie, tomorrow I want you to shave the side of your head. I was like, what the fuck kind of request is that? So when I looked up, there's this white woman and the side of her head is shaved and the bitch looked good with it. I said, Cass, you're not about to do that, are you? She said, well, whatever Sean wants, I'm going to do it. So that is how Cassie started sporting that signature shaved head look that she wore for years on the arm of Diddy. Now, what did Cassie know? What did Kim know? What did Misa know? I believe that these women were the most intimate, and they seen Diddy's very humble beginnings and into his multi-million-dollar days. Now, y'all remember when Jaguar Wright, she also exposed Diddy's tea. And according to Jaguar, a lawyer who used to work with Diddy told her that she walked in on Christopher Williams giving Puff top back in the day. The door wasn't locked, so she didn't think twice about just walking in. When she walked in, she saw Christopher Williams performing fellatio on Puff. Jaguar went on to say that Diddy demanded the blowjob for a demo deal and that Puff's rationale was that making a straight man perform oral sex on you is the ultimate proof of your power. I'll do whatever the fuck I want to do in my building. It's power. See, if I could make a man suck my D, I could make people do anything for money, he allegedly said. Now, Diddy's ex-bodyguard, Gene Deal, commented on Jaguar's accusation on his YouTube channel. Deal said that Puff was often sexually fluid and once took exhibit to a gay club. He also suggested that he had seen Diddy engage in homosexual acts, and unlike Jaguar, he saw it with his own eyes. I know that for a fact because I was right there. Yo, Gene, watch the door. Don't let nobody come through. I said I'll watch the door, and if I watched the door and him and a man ran out naked and I said that, ain't nobody told me that. I saw that myself. I'm telling you what I saw. Now, what do y'all think of these allegations? Drop down below. Now, Kim stayed in Diddy's life. She was praised for being the best baby mama, so pure, so sweet, so innocent, as though he did not have any other baby mothers. I mean, if you did not know that there were other baby mothers, you would think that Kim was the only one, by the way Diddy puts her on this pedestal. And the media does this as well. You rarely see any media stories done on the other women and their children. So think about that. Even in Kim's death, she is being portrayed as the innocent, the Bonnie to Diddy's Clyde, the one who could do no wrong and her shoes cannot be filled. He is constantly doing tributes to her, crying whenever he speaks about her. It is almost as if he displays that he somehow owes her something. Somehow he owes her something for dying, like her death was some sort of, dare I say it, sacrifice. She sacrificed herself so that he could be great, so that their family could have the money and access for years to come. That's really deep. Now drop down in the comments and let me know your thoughts. There is no denying that Kim Porter and Diddy were a match made in the industry, which was their heaven. Kim lived by the code and seemingly may have also died by it. By this, I mean the secrecy, the loyalty that she showed Diddy was like no other. So much so until that is what she left as part of her legacy. She took his secrets to the grave. There are things that she knew that no one will ever know. So you guys drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about this video. We sure spilled a lot of tea. Now, until next time, this has been another edition of When Diddy with Sean Puffy Combs right here on the Sweepy Diaries. Be sure to like this video, share this video, but most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.